As a people, we have to decide if we want a lawful, orderly country where everybody follows the rules, or if we want one where you have some people like these taxi drivers who are exempt and able to run around making this into a banana republic. Welcome, JA lovers. Welcome to the channel. And today I wanted to bring you an article from the Jamaica Observer around this big uproar that's going on with regards to the taxi drivers and the new traffic rules that are being put into place. But before I do that, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it if you stick around with me for this journey. I talk about any and everything Jamaican. Oh, look at that. My computer just refreshed. Okay, so police seek more powers. That's an interesting one. Maybe I'll get into that another day. These Jamaican police, they're not easy, you know. Boy. All right, moving on. So this is the article we want to talk about. Transport Minister says road traffic law amendments apply to all. Right? So these are the laws where, in a nutshell, what's going on here is people are trying to establish law and order in Jamaica. As folks know, traffic in Jamaica is pretty much a wild west. First come, first serve. There's actually traffic laws. The problem is that they have not been enforced as they should, and so you end up in a situation where there's no concept of right away. Everybody just push out, go through red light, do whatever they want to do, right? And so this is an attempt to kind of bring people back in line with what is supposed to be normal, right? We can't have our cake and eat it too. We can't have it both ways. It's either we're gonna be a first world trending country where we follow rules, right? Or we're gonna be a lawless sort of banana republic where everybody runs around and does whatever they want to do. We can't have it both ways, right? You have to have a orderly society in order for things to progress. You can't just have people who are doing whatever they want. 2.7 million, 3 million people running around disregarding laws. And so these taxi operators, claiming that they're under pressure by the law, I think that's just ridiculous. It just hints at how much they've been allowed to get away with. And we there talk about how you have whole heap of crash on your road and all kind of stuff. That's a part of the reason. If a taxi operator feels he can run red light and he can overtake at any moment without any kind of consequences, then they're gonna do that. And then what's gonna happen is that you're gonna have situations like where the little kids were killed the other day on their way to school. The Jamaican roads are way too dangerous, and I do think the transportation minister and other folks need to be very serious and need to have a zero tolerance policy when it comes to people who continue to break these laws. Right? They need to show that we are very serious about this. They can't back down, and because some people want to be lawless, decide, oh no, we're not gonna make it apply to you. It's supposed to apply to you, taxi drivers. We can't just have normal people in the society being the ones who are held accountable. Meanwhile, the taxi drivers get to run around willy-nilly and do whatever it is that they want to do. So basically, the guy here is saying, the Minister of Transport, Robert Montague, he's saying that, I'm totally wrong. The Transport Operations Development Sustainable Services, TODSS, put the Minister of Transport on notice, right? He's basically holding them hostage, saying, we're gonna withdraw our services and strike if you don't address our problem soon. They're basically trying to hold Jamaicans hostage, right, to their ridiculous demands that they should be able to do whatever they want to do without consequence, right? So therefore, we're not strike. People will find other methods of transportation, and then I'm not gonna get no money in our pocket, right? So they're meeting to evaluate 2 days of service withdrawal and then decide on their next move. Like, are you kidding me right now? So they demonstrated, right? Basically, their chief concern is the fact that the government plans to penalize motorists for road traffic breaches that are detected by traffic cameras and other electronic devices. And I know there's a lot of debate about that across the countries that do have it implemented. There is even potentially evidence that red light cameras may increase accidents at intersections, because sometimes people stop cars when they never intended to because of the red lights, and then end up having people run into their back and all kind of stuff. But that's different than what's going on here. What we're talking about is, people who potentially the cop might pull you over to give you a ticket and you speed off, whatever. Well, if you're recorded in that instance as being the person who was driving the car, then clearly you can be held accountable because you can be identified. However, if it's like, an electronic device and it speeds past and it captures you running a red light, there's no indication of who was driving. So therefore, they have to sort of hold the owner of the car accountable, which I don't think is unreasonable. There's nobody who drives my car who I don't know who it is. If that is happening, then that means that somebody thieved the car then, right? You're not supposed to know who you're lending your car to. Like, it seems ridiculous. So basically, they're saying they're going to deliver some letter to the Prime Minister and, the government should support in Jamaica who wishes to engage in peaceful demonstration, which is fine. Whatever, they can demonstrate. This is their right within the society to do that. However, right, the laws that are being put in place are intended to protect all of us, right? It's intended to really establish some rules around the behaviors that are being exhibited by some of these drivers on the road. We talk day and night about how bad traffic accidents and that kind of thing are in Jamaica because we see the horrible stories day after day after day. There's lots of lives on our roads and we have to do something. We can't sit by and let people continue to think that, they'll be allowed to just do whatever they want to do if we want to have a lawful and orderly society. And I'm excited to see that, most of the comments underneath here are supporting that, basically. There's one guy saying it's unconstitutional. I don't know about that. If that's the case, then they need to bring their lawyers, right? But most people are saying, the drivers should follow the rules of the road and the operators should hold their drivers accountable, right? This other guy here is saying this country is not a laughing stock. Like, you gotta be held accountable, right? You can't be exempt from laws because you're like, a hustle man, a hustle, according to what this guy said. Hustle me, a hustle. No, hustle within the context of the law. How about you do that? How about you not put us all in danger while you're hustling, right? The next thing, somebody else puts in an article, a letter to the editor, which I wanted to read, where it says here, I thought that was a good one. It was saying basically that those taxi drivers who keep overtaking and driving in the opposite side of the road, they are basically murdering us, right? They're murdering us because they know what's going to happen once they try to overtake in traffic when they don't have enough space to overtake. Then to me it seems like it's an attempted murder, right? Okay, sure, you didn't intend to murder anybody, but at the same time, if you know that what you intended to do could potentially kill somebody, then you could definitely stretch the argument and say it's a potential attempted murder. So this guy's talking about, I think, what's his name here, and I'm glad that he attributed his name to it. His name is Orion Godfrey. He even put his email. He's like, anybody who wants to kind of talk to me about this, here's my email. But he's basically saying that taxi drivers who continuously disobey the law by attempting to skip traffic by driving on the opposite side of the road into oncoming traffic are attempting to murder their passengers and the drivers who are in their way. We seem to have accepted this behavior as a norm and go about our business without recognizing the potential catastrophe that lies ahead. And those who are charged with enforcing the rules of the road don't seem to care that much. It seems that the consequences don't seem that relevant until someone dies, right? So he continues to give some very salient points, which I think, you can't argue against them, right? And so he says, if a passenger knows the outcome of the unlawful taxi driver's intention and accepts it, then they are clearly suicidal and should be immediately admitted to a mental institution. Oh my God, he's so dramatic. He says, these points may sound rather dramatic, but this is the actuality of what is happening. The catastrophic outcome, death, does happen frequently enough to cause mass hysteria. Doesn't happen infrequently enough to cause mass hysteria. But if we continue down the same path, it will. Why are we waiting to find out? I mean, I know, yeah, he is, kind of really he's ringing the alarm. We all need to ring the alarm in the country. I rang the alarm in that video that I created last week about just how horrible traffic conditions are on the roads in Jamaica and how much people are in danger, right? And these people, not just in Jamaica, but everywhere, people who run red lights and things like that should be held accountable. One of my son's schoolmates, his mother died because this idiot decided he wasn't going to wait in traffic like normal, right, until he gets the green. He came around a car that was in front of him at the red light, ran through the red light, hit the woman on her driver's side, and that woman's parents had to bury their child, and that child is without a mother. This is the real consequence of people not following laws. So therefore, we don't have any sympathy for you taxi drivers. Either you follow the rules or you get off the road, period. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments below. I'm very passionate about this issue, as you can tell. Alright, J lovers, thank you for checking out this video. I hope you subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and until next time, take care of yourself. And anytime you want taxi where you see people bad drive, you make sure you say, yo, no bad drive me like this, let me out immediately. Something like that. So they get that. Listen, you're not gonna sit down and let nobody drive you to your death. Alright guys, take care of yourselves. Hang up the phone.